Call it a trailer. Call it what you like. Here is a second medley of clips from my upcoming meditation on Valentin Tomberg and on what that great and noble soul, Rudolf Steiner, failed to see. And yes, I do know how absurd that will sound to many good people, that a pipsqueak like me should say such a thing. I had arrived in France and I found this town, Paray-le-Monial, where the Sacred Heart of Christ was revealed. Later on, I actually found that Tomberg spoke about what happened in this town as an intervention from heaven to save the soul of humanity. And that's what we're coming to. Heaven intervening to save the soul of humanity. And we'll be contrasting that with Rudolf Steiner's hopes, actually very sincere hopes to save the soul of humanity, because Steiner was genuinely and sincerely concerned with the fate of humanity. But he didn't trust the church with that, and he certainly didn't trust Jesuit devotions like that of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Something in those chapels at Paray-le-Monial, I can't say that I had, a vision of the heart of Christ or the beating heart of Christ. As this old lady said, you can feel the heart of Christ still there. But the chapels were conducive to incredible prayer and silence. Something in Paray-le-Monial is there, and it did help me to break free from my accumulated secular, anthroposophical, New Age kind of thinking. And I'm not really sure that I could have completely done it without that very special presence in Paray-le-Monial. I mean, yes, I was poring over Tomberg, reading and rereading Meditations on the Tower. Tomberg was deconstructing my old thinking as well. Tomberg spoke about what happened in this town as an intervention from heaven to save the soul of humanity. I did once study Steiner in great depth indeed. And I can guarantee you that Rudolf Steiner would see devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus as a backwards step. Devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus became a Jesuit devotion, and Steiner really sees Jesuitism in the most terrible light. Let me just make this clear. Steiner is a Christian. He has the most tremendous reverence for Christ and Christ's death on Calvary, on Golgotha. He calls this the mystery of Golgotha, and he speaks about this being the entire turning point in the life of the cosmos. Steiner is not a New Ager. And Steiner said to the Theosophists, no. Christ crucified on Golgotha changed everything. The whole theosophical notion of trying to represent Christ as the Maitreya Bodhisattva, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. And this impregnates today's New Age culture. So Steiner was trying to point to Christ crucified on Golgotha, and he came to the tragic idea that the church wasn't needed anymore, that things like devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus or what the Jesuits were promoting was actually dangerous for humanity. But Tomberg sees things differently. He sees the glory and the miracle of the church, of the Catholic Church. And he's led me to see the glory and the miracle of the Catholic Church. He's opened that up for me. Steiner invoked a great demonic presence that he called Ahriman. And according to Steiner, this great demon Ahriman and legions of Ahrimanic demons were leading humanity into, yes, greater and greater technocracy. And Tomberg comes very radically to reject Steiner's idea of Ahriman. Tomberg does not hold with this at all, and indeed sees this as a dangerous conception. I speak about being given the grace to feel a little more of the horror of this world, but I do know that it's only a very little more. But more and more deeply, I trust in you, Lord, that you are holding all the horror. You are holding every dying child in your arms. You are freezing with every freezing person. You are with every heartbreak. You are holding the horror, and you are dedicating your life to meeting, to embracing, to holding this horror.
Ventris tui